If you are a fan of the NFL, you're probably a fan of fantasy football as well. Prior to your drafts, you probably go over to your local Barnes& and Nobles or your local library and pick out a fantasy football magazine. You're getting ready to build a squad that will take you to victory, so you can have bragging rights over your friends for the entirety of the offseason until next season rolls around. However, there are those who want to get the head start they need in order to take advantage of this season. Guess what? You can too. My name is Aaron, and you're watching the Gameday Hour. The Gameday Hour is a multi-sports podcast, mainly covering the topics of American football here on YouTube. This summer is going to be fun as we get you prepared for the 2023 NFL season and fantasy football. Today we are introducing the first ever series on this channel, the Fantasy Football Team Review. Here, we discuss every NFL team in relation to fantasy. We take a look at each position, excluding defense for now, and we look at each individual statistics from last season. And we ask the question if these players are worth drafting, and if so, at what round and at which position on your team. We are going to take today's episode to further discuss how each episode will pan out, so you know what to expect. First, we should take a look at the fantasy format. The team format goes as followed. You get 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, or 4 wide receivers depending on how you draft. Because there is a flex position, you're either going to have 3 running backs and 4 wide receivers, or you're going to have 4 running backs and 3 wide receivers, but it's up to you. You'll also have 2 tight ends, 2 kickers, and 2 defenses, even though we're not discussing defenses within these episodes. With this in mind, it will be a 13-round snake draft consisting of 10 teams. In other words, your classical Yahoo fantasy football draft. The players we will be discussing for each team include a team's starting quarterback, starting running back, the 2 starting wide receivers, so wide receiver 1 and 2, their starting tight end, and their starting kicker. These players will be identified based on each team's current depth chart. These depth charts are subject to changing at any moment, so I'll be monitoring that as the episodes go on. I recommend keeping an eye on the depth charts as well. You can find the depth charts on ESPN.com under the NFL tab labeled Depth Charts. The goal for each player is to take a look at last year's statistics as a review, and as it pertains to this upcoming season, we are to figure out if drafting this player is worth it or if it's best to remain in free agency. If you're interested in selecting him, we'll discuss what ranking of his position he belongs in and what round it's best to draft him in. We'll also look at his rankings in comparison to every other team's players. Some other things we'll mention is off-field reports and if their health status is questionable, as both are very important to note when drafting. This isn't to influence you not to get a player, but rather give you an extra bit of information before your draft. It's short, sweet, and simple. And that's all for today. This is the format we'll use in these episodes, and I hope you're looking forward to them. Episode 1 will start in the AFC North with the 6-time Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers. If you want to support this channel, subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when these episodes release. If you want to support even more, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.